I just don't think that would work for my industry. My industry is so different. And selling a low ticket offer or a digital product in my industry, I just don't think it would be a good fit. And the people who buy these low ticket offer, they're time wasters. They're not going to move forward with my offer. My space is just different. I am in service based industry. I don't think that it fits me. Hey, it's your girl Sherry Summer Bell. And have you ever said that when it comes to creating a low ticket offer? Because I cannot tell you how many times I've heard those specific words. Now, I know it very well because I have said that before myself. Confession. I have said that before myself and I had to eat those words. So I may help you eat your words today. If you are in sales or service based business, whether taxes, real estate, insurance, finances, financial professionals, uh, whatever industry, nurse, you are in some type of service based business and you're saying to yourself, okay, low ticket offer is for coaches and it's not for me. This video is for you because I want to debunk the myth right now when it comes to selling what we call a minimum viable offer, right? Selling an offer between that's $5 to $97. I want to talk to you right now because I, as a person who also have so high ticket, low ticket, I can tell you that selling low ticket offer is not just great for your business, it's a must for your business. So let's get into it. Okay. So had an email yesterday that I sent out to my community. If you're not on my email list, why not? And I sent this email to my community yesterday. I'm going to kind of walk you through the email that I received from Tyson. And let me share my screen. Okay. So in the email, I talk about most people will argue all day that a digital product won't work in their industry. That's what I said. That's usually code for I don't know how to position it to attract buyers because here's what actually happened. So I received this email from Tyson and he bought a $97 PDF, not a coaching program, not a mastermind, not a high ticket offer, a simple $97 digital product. And inside that PDF, he learned about whole life insurance from someone he did not even know. So, did not know that low ticket product build belief, it builds authority, and more importantly, it builds trust. So when you're hearing people say, "Oh, we're in a trust recession," okay, here you go. And that same expert end up writing Tyson a $30,000 premium policy. Okay, let that sink in. Then the person he went on to say that they were a policy for his entire family, not just that, but his entire family. So again, let that sink in. A digital product opened the door for a $30,000 client, not just the policy for him, but he also ended up doing it for the whole family. And it was just proof of the email I received. This is just proof of him saying that. So I want to go down here though. Now, here's a real question. What if the problem isn't whether a digital product work, but what if the problem is that you've been thinking about them like an income instead of in an infrastructure? I want to get into that right now. I'm showing you my emails that I sent out to my email. If you're not in there, we give so much value. You got to get on our email list. Click below. There's a free guide teaching you how to turn your daily sales into multiple sales on repeat. That will get you on our email list, and it will also give you my 8 audio series about how to do exactly that. Turn multiple sales on repeat. So that's my gift to you for even coming here today. Okay. So what the problem is that you've been thinking about them like it's an income versus infrastructure. So I had to shift that as well. I want to get into that a little bit. I want to get into that in more detail because one of the biggest mistakes I think we make when it comes to selling digital product, we look at a digital product as if $17 is not going to pay my light bill. Oh, $27 is not, we look at it as, oh, we're going to make income. when truth of the matter is, that's not how you should be looking at it. When you're selling a low ticket offer on the front end of whatever you're selling on the back end, I want you to consider, let's go back in time. In time, we were told that we need to generate a whole bunch of leads. So we will run ads, we'll generate a whole bunch of leads, and our email list will be filled with people who we generate leads using a lead magnet. So people will come in, get a freebie, and when they come in and get that freebie, we would nurture them, and then they would say yes. Now, that nurturing could take years, months, days, we don't know. But the idea here is we didn't have a way to validate people. And on top of that, the second thing too is when you're generating these leads, somebody has to pay for those ads. Okay. So here you are generating these freebies, you're generating these leads, but they're getting on your email list, but there may not be a good fit. There not be a good fit. So now your email list is filled with all these freebie people who are not really ready to take action. They just said yes to your free item. Okay. So incoming sales professional who already know how to run ads, and they say, hey, we're ad agents and we're going to run ads for you. So you say, all right, I don't know anything about ads, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pay a third party to run my ads for me. All right, so you pay a third party, the third party run the ads for you, but those ads got it super expensive, and sometimes again the people came in, they weren't a good fit, because because the same ads they're running for you, they're selling those ads to other people, especially if you're in the insurance space. They do that a lot. And so you may get what they call the A ads or the B ads. So if you get an A ad, great. If you get a B ads, that means they have sell it so many times to other people. So there goes that. So now you're out of ads money for that lead, and then your email list is filled with freebie seekers, right? So yes, you got a whole bunch of people on your email, but you don't have a way to say, are they serious about this thing? Because they got it for free, right? And people pay to pay attention. And if you believe that, then bring me to my third point of why having a minimum viable offer, which is like a digital product, is so effective, is because they're saying, okay, I'm frustrated because I spend so much money on this third party. I spend so much money on running ads for me. I didn't know what I was doing. Da, da, da. Income, low ticket offer. And the way you should look at low ticket offer is creating what I just mentioned, an infrastructure. Here's why I mean by infrastructure. Your low ticket offer, when you create it, number one, the first thing is for it to cover, and if you look at my video I did last time, I go deeper in AOV, it's to cover your average order value. So it's to cover your ad spend that you would originally had to pay to get those leads. Okay, stay with me. You originally had to pay because when you create a digital offer, and let's say you're running ads or you're not, regardless of how you got it, that money is covered. That's one less thing you had to pay for. That's the whole goal of the low ticket offer, is this lead that you get, you didn't have to pay for it because it was covered based on your front end offer. That's number one. Number two, the fact that someone purchased your low ticket offer, it validates that your offer is good. And number three, more importantly, you got a customer that's willing to buy, right? It's not just a freebie seeker that just want the thing and be out there not ready to transform their life at that moment. So the idea here of the fact that you create a low ticket offer, the person said yes, they bust out their credit card, said yes to you for your $27 offer, that is sign that person is, that's the first step. The person saying that they're willing to make a change. And we in our space don't focus just on the first step, which is the first payment. We focus on making that multiple payments. But that's a different video for a different time. There's a whole playlist on that. Now, what I want you to understand though, for us in this video, I want you to think of If you're saying to yourself that it just won't work for my industry, it's not a good fit, I don't think I can do digital product for my industry, that's I want to talk to you. Instead of looking at it as an income, looking at it as an infrastructure. That's what we're talking about. Now, what does that mean when I say infrastructure? Let me go deep. Now that I cleared the freebie and the nurturing and all that stuff that you used to have to do before the person said yes to you, consider the fact that someone is saying yes to you, the whole audience saying yes to you for the first time. If that's not a way of saying, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I didn't have to wait on a masterclass for them to pay me. I didn't have to wait on a 3-day challenge for them to pay me. I get paid right up front. So I didn't have that lead didn't cost me anything. Right? Okay. Now that's great. Let me give you more wins. The first win is when you create that or launch that offer. I'm going to say a mini course. I'm just going to say that because I love mini courses. They're short, they're right to the point, and boom, boom, boom. So when they created that mini course, what you're doing, what the ability that you have to that you can do is you have the ability to install your belief system. So look at it as an infrastructure from the fact that it's a belief installer. What do I mean by a belief installer? Well, there's a whole other video I did on that too. But a belief installer is there's some things that you believe about running your business, about yourself, about your family, about your life, your mission. You can that is shown inside of that thing that you're creating, whether it's a PDF, a mini course, or whatever it may be. So you get to install your belief. Why is that important? Because when the person first get in contact with you, they get to see who you are and who you're not. So you get to qualify like, hey, these are my qualifications for working with me. So they get to decide, do I meet those qualifications or I don't want to have to meet. So you don't have to get them all the way on your email list, talking to them and they're not a good fit. So the belief installer helps you them to help you to see, hey, are you a part of this beehive? Are you a part of this Swifty? Are you a part of these barbs? Or what are you a part of? Are you want to be whatever you call yourself? In our places, we call ourselves the demand and paid community, right? We have a whole free 8 audio training on that. And you get to create the identity of who your business is and only let those people who believe that it's okay for you to be demand and paid. It's okay for you to be highly in demand. Like people want what you have, lining up, waiting to work with you. You're worthy of that. It's okay for you to have that. Right? So those are belief installers that you get to create for your own brand, for your own brand positioning that's built into your product and services. And the reason why it's important again is because it filters out the people who don't believe the same thing that you believe. And that's okay. That's okay. No, this is not for me. I have people who say, listen, Sherry, you used to be, you're paramilitary. You've been in law enforcement for 10 years. Girl, I got to be ready. I have a client, I have a client right now. It took her forever to work with me. Because she's like, listen, I know when I come to you, I got to come correct. I got to come correct because I know. But again, it filters out the people who just want to do this as a hobby for me, right? It filters out the people who want to make excuses and break contractual agreements and then blame you for them not doing their stuff they're supposed to do. It filters that out. It filters the people who are not serious and but focus on the one who are. The one who knows that their gift can create wealth. The ones who knows that their words and the things they do and how they solve a problem can transform people's lives. It filters out the people who are just here to hang out, right? So it's a belief installer and it's a trust accelerator. It's a trust accelerator because when people are watching you and listening to you and listen to you, what the thing that you created, that low ticket offer that you created, they get an idea of who you are. So trust started building. Think of the Real Housewives of Atlanta or I don't know, New York or wherever. And you may watch the show, which I haven't watched the show in a long time anyway. but the idea behind that is you feel like you know them. You feel like you know Candy. You feel like you know Phaedra. I have to say Phaedra is my favorite, by the way. But you feel like you know Phaedra. You feel like you know these people, even though they don't know you, right? They don't know you. I had 100+ people bought my course. I don't know all of them. But what I do is make sure I send out email like what you just saw to my email list and get to know them. And as they reply back to me, I have a conversation with them, tell them what I'm doing. So I intentionally build that relationship in my community so that trust is accelerated, right? So again, your offer, your digital product is not about the income. It's about infrastructure. And then, as I said this before, it's also a buyer filter. And I think I went deep into what that looks like already, but it's a buyer filter. So again, belief installer, it's a belief installer, it's a trust accelerator, and it's a buyer filter. I went on to say you're sitting on intellectual properties that can be packaged once and sold repeatedly. Now, this is not about becoming an influencer. This is not about dancing on Instagram. This is not about launching every 30 days. It's about building something one time where you are getting your nails done at 10:30 on a Tuesday and sales are coming in and his Stripe account is dinging and notification is coming in. Oh my God. The dopamine effect of that is crazy. Yeah, I have to turn my notifications off. So the women inside my ecosystem are seeing these consistent sales. And so I want you to stop asking yourself, will this work for me? And I want you to start asking yourself, how do I set this up correctly that the identity shift and buyers don't need convincing? So that's part of what I said on here. And the belief can be planted. Now let's stay right there for a second. Identity shift. So when you came on this video and my intro was talking about, I don't think this was going to work for me, my job in this video is to help you to shift your perspective and create a new identity that, hey, if somebody can buy a $97 PDF and turn it into a $30,000 premium for their family, somebody will listen to your stuff too. Somebody will buy your thing too. I want you to understand that. And the idea behind we don't have to do hard all the time. We don't have to do hard. So if you're thinking about creating a digital product but hesitant because you're unsure if it will work for your industry, I want to understand that you know that this is your sign. This is your sign. And because it took me a minute to understand it too as well. It took me a minute to say, will this work for me? Now, let me get into before I cut here, let me get into the idea of who purchase a digital product. That should probably be a whole video all by itself, but the reason is I don't think it will work for me. And then the next reason is who purchased a low ticket offer. And I want to let you know, high value clients, premium clients purchase low ticket offer. They do. And the question is not who purchased. The question is how fast can you filter those clients out to make sure that they purchase it. It's a filtering, right? So a lot of people say, I rather do high ticket, and high ticket as in I rather sell something over $3,000 or more and focus there than having to do low ticket. And I totally get it. And I totally understand. And I do both. But I focus mostly on low ticket, and here's why. Because the filtering system, when someone come up to you and want to work with you and they purchase your low ticket, because I purchase a lot of low ticket to learn how to do this, to come back and teach you. I got the receipt, come back, and then I'm teaching you. So premium people, premium high value believers, high value thinkers buy low ticket. And here's why. There's some people don't have the patience to go into a course that teach a robust amount of stuff. I have someone that reached out to me and said, hey, you have this course and so on. And I said, girl, that course is so outdated. ChatGPT took over that. Like you need new idea. Now I could have sold her on the course, but my ethics and my integrity won't let me do that. So I said, no. this is a new way. So and the course that I suggested was way smaller. So because people are busy, they don't have time to watch a whole 10-step thing. That's why right now courses are awesome for busy people, because you have like under 10 videos. Our buyer ready messaging matrix, I think we have 10 videos plus a bonus in there for our next move that we put in there so people can kind of see what it's like to be in our space. But the idea here again is understanding that high ticket buyers purchase courses. So if your idea is like, no, no one purchase small, the way they think with small, no, that's not true. High level people like yourself and me purchase courses, because course is gonna be hyper specific, gonna get to what I need, and I love that. And the last thing I'm gonna say before I hop off here, the last thing I'm gonna say is I also love whenever I'm trying to figure out my infrastructure, my system, my messaging, my marketing. I like to go with a person who's super good in that space, because the person who's good at automation and setting it up may not be the same person that's good at messaging, may not be the same person that's good at marketing, may not be the same person that's good at Canva. So I tend to buy courses based on the person's expertise of what they're good at. And what I find out sometimes, coaches are trying to be good in all the areas, and that don't work, because that create chaos. So that's why I love to stick in sales psychology, messaging and sales psychology. You find that a lot on my page, because that's my area, that's my jam. Turning cold buyers into multiple buyers, that's my jam through sales psychology. So when I'm able to buy a product, I know for a fact I'm purchasing the product from that person who is expert in this space, this area only. So if I haven't already convinced you that you need to have a minimal viable product, which is a digital product, if I haven't already, what are you waiting on? I want to challenge you to go out there right now and create your first digital product, whether it's grabbing Canva, creating that product, or whether it's grabbing your phone, turn it to the side, and doing a 5 to 10 video on a specific thing and put a price on it, and let's go. You have to kind of, break it first. You have to break into it before you get all scared. Because again, the first product you create is just a data testing product. See how this product work. Like, we went back into the lab with the buyer ready messaging matrix, and we added 2 more phases to our messaging on how to turn your daily sales into multiple stages. We added that. It's like a 2.0. And we added a bonus of our next move. So the first time was like, hey, does the people want it? And the second time, we went ahead and make it even more valuable. And here's the thing: the people who had it before, they got an opportunity to get it and don't have to repurchase it again, because we believe in making things better for our clients. All right, that's all I got for you today. I hope you have been convinced that you need to have a low ticket offer that filters for you, that builds accelerate trust, and also install belief, and not think of it as income. All right, that's all. Talk to you later. It's your girl Sherry Summer Belt. See you on the next video.